So there exists this idea among high-carb vegans that if you go high-carb and low-fat, especially high-carb, don't restrict any carbs at all, eat as much calories from carbs as you possibly can, and if you lower your fat intake as much as you can, you will have a sex drive that's just through the roof all the damn time. I mean, you'll just have fucking dick that's as hard as fucking steel, buddy. Just fucking unbreakable dick, sex drive all the time. Man, you're just fucking insane, bro. You fucking shit cunt. And that's the premise of a high carb fat diet, of a high carb low fat diet, and that's a really strong idea, like that shit sells, I would say. And I don't need it. I'm 22 years old and my sex drive is already really high. But let's take a clear and sober look at this idea. So we know, and this is a fact, if you eat a lot of carbs, for a moment you will lower your testosterone. That's just what happens. We know that. It's scientifically proven. And you will lower your testosterone, you will lower your sex drive. Yeah, I would even go as far as that it's obvious that you will lower your sex drive from eating a lot of carbs. And that's just for that time being, it will go up again, no problem. I guess that's just what happens when you get more insulin in your system. Whatever. Actually, carbs are important for hormones. They are. So if you're restricting all carbs, that's also really bad. But all in all, like if you are going to eat 3 solid meals and they are all based on carbs, every time you eat that much carbs, that many carbs, unrestricted, you will lower your testosterone. Do that 3 times a day. That's kinda a lot. Now, then also you need fat for sex hormones. If you're going to restrict fat intake, you're going to fuck around with your sex hormones. Now, another thing of the high carb, low fat diet is that you should restrict salt, which is also seems to be somewhat important for androgens, if I'm correct. I don't think it works directly on testosterone, but it definitely is important for certain sex hormones. So, all that considered, all these things, scientifically speaking, are not good for sex drive, and they're not good for testosterone. Then why is some guy from Australia saying the opposite? And I gotta be honest, I really don't know. I don't get it. When I was high carb, low fat, again, I'm a 22-year-old, my sex drive is really ridiculously high. I think that it's so high that it's probably unhealthy. And nothing kills my sex drive. Nothing. Like, I can be severely depressed and my sex drive is just through the roof. But you know what could kill my sex drive, and actually did kill my sex drive? A high carb, low fat diet. It did. When I was eating unrestricted amounts of carbs, my sex drive went down the fucking gutter. Or well, I don't know, maybe not down the gutter, but maybe it was, I don't know, average, which is really bad for me. And yeah, I don't get it. And most people that you see on this diet do not have a good sex drive, you can tell. To be precise, the only guy that actually does seem to have a good sex drive on his diet seems to be Durian Rider. So that makes me think that he's hiding something, or he has some genetic mutation, I don't know. It's really weird that that guy actually has a good sex drive on such a weird diet. I gotta admit though, guys living in a country where there's a lot of sun, which is good for sex drive, good for vitamin D3. He used to have a really hot girlfriend. That's also really good for sex drive. But I doubt it has anything to do with his diet, to be honest. I think he's full of shit when he says otherwise. So lately I've been bummed out a bit. Because for one, I can't really walk at the moment. I'm injured. If I would have been on a primal diet and I would have been eating raw meat all the time, this would have never happened. It's just because I'm on a vegan diet and my muscle fibers are eating themselves and they are very weak. I think that's probably what's going on, but yeah, you know, I've just been bummed out a bit and I really haven't been able to eat a lot. I have been eating very little actually. And especially have lowered my carb intake. I have been eating the same amount of fat, so around 15 grams, 50 grams. I cannot eat more than that, because then I'm just full. I don't want to eat more than that. Just because, again, I'm a bit bummed out. And my sex drive is just ridiculously high. All I did was just lower my carbs. And my sex drive is just even higher than it already used to be. Again, that's just from lowering carbs. That's not even from lowering fat or increasing fat. You know, because lowering fat is definitely not good for sex drive. Eating too much fat is also bad for sex drive, by the way. But yeah, I don't know. Isn't that weird? Like doing the opposite of what Durin Rider says, and my sex drive goes up even more. But I guess metabolic damage or whatever, blah 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 blah. Wait, the video isn't over yet. This is ridiculous. It's dangerous. It's not healthy. RT4 is ridiculous. And eating unlimited carb calories is stupid. Eat more fat, then you will want to eat less sugar. And you will be healthier long term. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Instagram. Goodbye.